Plebby 16.
Welcome back, everyone, to Plebucation. I'm Justin, and I am joined here today once again by my brother,
Jared.
And welcome to Budgeting 101. Where is my money going? Now, in the previous episode, we talked about building wealth. We talked about how you don't build a home from the roof down, you build it from the foundation up. And you can't start building wealth until you have your base figured out. We need to figure out our budget each month so we can build from there. Jared, Budgeting 101, take it away.
You know, it amazes me how many people I see come into my business. And we have a retail store, you know. And they swipe their debit card and they don't know if they have money on it or not.
Yeah.
I can't believe that.
Not because we're better than anybody.
No, I can't believe that because I know where my money is.
Yep.
I know what I'm spending it on. And that isn't because they don't have a job or because they don't have any money. It's because they don't keep track of it. Because they don't actively engage with their money.
Yep.
You know, the live and let live attitude is great, guys. It's a lot of fun to be that way.
Laissez-faire is great sometimes.
But, you know, it leads to being poor.
The truth is you can't run your financials laissez-faire.
You can't. And so when I see people like that, it just gets me thinking. There's no budgeting going on there. And in order to have the foundation, like Justin was talking about, to financial freedom, the number one first step is to budget with your paycheck. So how do you do this, guys?
Let's break it down, Jared. Give us kind of the first steps, the first things we should be looking to do to budget our money.
So let's take it really simply. The first thing I want you to do, most of you get paid bi-weekly, right? We do. That's every 2 weeks. That means you're getting 2 paychecks a month, right? So, you know, if your hours are relatively consistent, take your paycheck, again, after taxes, get your net pay out of your paycheck, right? What's that check say when it goes in the bank? Multiply it by 2. That's going to give you your monthly income, okay? Mm-hmm. That's what's coming in from your work. That's what you got to your name each month. Right?
Yes.
Now, you know you got some expenses going on, right?
Rent.
We got rent.
Food.
You got food. These are, now when I say expenses, I'm not talking about the pay-per-view, right? I'm not talking about the UFC pay-per-view.
No.
I'm talking about the shit you have to buy so that you can live, okay? What do you need to buy every month? You must pay your rent, or you're going to be out in the cold. You must buy some groceries, or you're going to be starving. You need your heat and electricity, right? You may need a clothing thing here or there, right? You got to have some clothes.
Other bills, whether that's water, transportation, etc.
Okay, you probably need some gas in your car. All right, maybe not. Maybe you're in an area where you can get around on a bike. If so, that's awesome. If not, you better budget for that gas, right? Probably going to have to pay that cell phone bill. As much as I hate to say that's a need, it probably is for 99% of you guys out there. Hopefully you're not overburdened with that cell phone, you know, but it's probably a need, so you better make sure you budget for it. So when I'm talking about getting those expenses in order and listing them out, guys, this is so critical. Get a spreadsheet going, okay? I don't care if you want to do it on Excel, if you want to do it on, you know, old pen and paper, whatever you got to do. Get those expenses down and get them separated by must-haves and things you could, worst case scenario, live without.
A lot of people.
Now, when I say worst case scenario, I mean if it isn't critical, right? Critical to your like ability to survive, get rid of it.
A lot of people, bigger
Let me
city-
rephrase.
Okay.
Ability to survive or ability to earn an income.
There you go.
Right?
Good.
So that's why I say cell phones probably got to be in there. That's probably important for your job.
Gotta be able to
car, transportation, things like that.
Well, when it comes to transportation, especially with, the introduction of things like Lyft, Uber, really big focus on public transportation in some of those bigger cities, a lot of people are actually able to even go without a vehicle.
That's true. So that's why I say you've got to kind of take into transportation as one of those things. Okay, what do I have to spend each month on transportation? If you can get away with biking to and from work, that's awesome. That's great.
Yep.
We absolutely recommend it. It'll save you a ton of money.
And you'll be in better shape.
But again, guys, the things that you must do to survive at a reasonable level, right? I.e., you can't probably live on ramen every day and be healthy. Okay, you're gonna have to buy some reasonably good food. You've got to have a warm place to live. You got to have some clothes. You got to have some water, some heat, and you've got to be able to get to work and be productive at work. Outside of that, everything else you spend could go away. Realistically.
Yes.
It could go away. I'm talking Netflix. I'm talking gym membership. I'm talking cable.
You want me to cancel cable? No cell phone.
You could live without it. You could. You could survive without it.
You don't want me to buy lottery tickets.
Lottery tickets go away, right? Everything outside of the absolute essentials to live reasonably healthy and make an income and be productive at work can go away. This is the separation I want you to do when you make your budget. It's really, really important because I want you to see what you have left after the critical expenses are done. Okay? Each and every month. That's the money you got to focus on. That's the money you've got to be able to make work for you. And this is where in some of the previous videos we talked about you might have to make some sacrifices. Now, hopefully you're doing well at your job. You're going to be able to increase your income here as we move forward, right? You're going to get a raise. You're going to get more out. All right, so as I was saying, I want to make sure that you are distinguishing between your critical expenses and the money left over. Okay? Because this pile of money left over, this is what's called discretionary income, disposable income, right? This is the money you have to work with every month. This is the money you will dictate, you will manage, and you will plan. This is what you will use to grow your wealth. Now, very important. Obviously, anything you can do to, cut down the amount of money that is getting sucked out of that paycheck for the rent, the utilities, and all those key expenses, anything you can do to lower that is important. Don't get me wrong. It's very important. Again, there's going to be a certain amount of money that goes every month for that stuff because, hey, that's just cost of living, right?
Yes.
And that exists. But where most people screw up, guys, is when they get to their disposable income. They think, oh, I got it. Time to spend it. Paycheck came in. Let's go. Let's go to the casino. Let's go to the...
Go to the liquor store.
Let's go to the liquor store. Let's get the, whatever. Time to get the PS5 right away, day one. Let's get the, let's make sure, oh man, Netflix, well, I watch a lot of Netflix. I want to make sure I got Disney Plus going. I got to have Hulu.
HBO Max.
I got HBO. I got WWE Network now. I got 4 other streaming services. I got my 4 gym memberships because I don't know which one I want to go to.
Do you have NFL Game Day?
Got to get NFL Game Day.
Got to have that.
So this is where people start making big time errors when it comes to budgeting and when it comes to managing their money.
Did you stop off at Yankee Candle and get the 4 new scents that came out for $49.99 this month?
I didn't.
Okay.
But yep, might need to do that. So this is the difference, guys. This is the difference between people that end up with money and people that don't. Is how they manage their discretionary income. Okay?
Yep.
For the most part, people are pretty good at worrying about their rent, worrying about their groceries. You ever see them at the grocery store pinching pennies, buying bitching and moaning about a nickel on a loaf of bread, right? using coupons to save 50 cents on this, 25 cents on that. Like, the amount of time people put it to saving nickels and dimes on groceries is crazy to me. I mean, it really is. But then they're spending ridiculous money on things that are not necessary at all.
Yep. But if I pay that 5 cents for that loaf of bread, I'm going somewhere else.
Yeah. That loaf of bread's 5 cents too high at that store, man. I gotta go drive across town, buy it from a different store.
Yep.
That blows my mind. I see it all the time.
And I have a $1,500 cell phone.
Yeah. So.
Dumbest shit I've ever seen.
So that's really important for this episode, guys. That's what I really want you to do here before you move on in these videos. Get your monthly budgeting done. Take a look at your last month, right? A lot of you guys use a debit card. All your expenses are, or a credit card, you're going to have your expenses pretty much ledgered out for you right on your bank statement. It's really simple. What I recommend doing is taking a pencil and a paper and writing them out so you can see it. You can actually feel it when you're writing them down. Making it conscious in your mind. You know, every time you spend $3 on a coffee every day. And again, is $3 on a coffee or $4 on a coffee going to make you or break you? Probably not, realistically.
But it is
something.
$21 to $28 a week.
It's something. It is something. And so what I want you to do is I just want you to see where your money is going every month. It is so important. Before we move on and before we get more technical and before we get, deeper into this in the subsequent videos, I want you to have a listing of what money's coming in, your paycheck, what money is going out for your absolute necessities, and then all the additional monies you're spending each month. It's very important. If you're spending $4 on coffee every day, that's $120 a month. If you're struggling to create a savings for yourself or create an investment for yourself or get ahead of some of your debts or bills, that's a hell of a way to start. If you're smoking and you're doing $10 a day on cigarettes
or more,
we got to have a big talk. Okay? This is what I'm talking about. The rates are what destroy you. We know our rent's coming out of her. It's one time, it's $600, whatever it is, $1,200, whatever it is. Right? We know that's coming out of there. But boy, those $2 a day, $3 a day, $4 a day, $10 a day if you're smoking. That stuff is what eats the money out. That's the silent suckers, right? It just sucks the money out from the bottom, and you don't see it until you get to the end of the month and you don't have it. And you can't understand where the hell it is.
It's the difference between people who are financially independent and people who are not.
And I know what you're thinking. $4 is nothing. $4 is nothing. I hear this all the time.
You just proved it. 4 times 30. Figure it out.
The problem is, guys, when we talk wealth, when we talk building wealth, we talk long term. We talk long game, right? We talk 40-year time frames. That's your working life.
So let's talk about this. 4 times 30 times 12 times 40. Invested.
4
Invested.
times 30 times 12 times 40.
Invested.
That's how much you'll spend over a lifetime in the coffee. Okay? Again, it's an example. It might be a facetious example. But when we talk building wealth, we are talking the long game. Okay? So important that you guys understand that.
$48,000 if you're wondering.
It's a ton of money, especially if you can invest it at a 10% return. But that's why budgeting is so important. For all of you guys out there that are watching these videos that are saying, "Hey, I'm struggling with this right now. That I don't know. I work my ass off. I work 40 hours a week. If you're working 40 hours a week and you're behind on bills or you're in debt, you're doing something wrong. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now. You're either spending too much money or you're buying crazy amounts of shit you shouldn't be buying.
Or you're living out of your means.
You're way out of your means. Because it just financially doesn't make sense to me when I hear somebody telling me they're working a full-time job and they can't make it meet. Right? So, that's why you need to do a budget. Before you move on, before you watch any other videos, okay? You came to this one, you got your mindset right, you're saying, hey, I want to figure this out, I want to learn how to build wealth, I want to make this change in my life. You need to do a budget. You need to understand what money you take in each month and what money you spend. And I mean every flippin' dollar, okay? You go out to the gas station, you buy a Mountain Dew, you write it down. I want to know where it is. Okay? I mean every dollar. Alright? You know your rent, you know those bigger ones, right? But it's the smaller ones that are eating you up. They're the difference.
Do we want the viewers to share their budgets with us in the comments?
I do. Guys, if you want to put those budgets in the comments, if you want to make some comments about some, you know, if you're going through this, if you've done it, if we've inspired you to do it, get it down in the comments. We want to hear these stories, okay? So let us know what's going on out there. If you need help with this, let us know, and we'll do our best to help you. But this is so critical because for most people, where the problem is the small amounts, the everyday amounts, the things that don't seem like a lot.
It's just $3. It's just $4. It's just $7. It's just $9. Now, you just said that 4 times 30 days. Now you figure out how much money that is.
Exactly.
It's just a lot of money.
It's a lot of money at the end of the month. Remember that. And then you multiply that by 12. That's how much it is over the course of a year.
And then you multiply that by 40.
And that's how much you could have invested. Okay? Again, am I telling you to never have any fun? This is what I get all the time. I don't want to live my life. I don't want to never have any fun. Like, I hear that a lot.
We have plenty of fun.
We have fun anytime we want it. Okay?
But we're smart.
And we've always had fun anytime we want it. So whenever somebody says that to you, right? Oh my God, I don't want to live like that. I don't believe in never having any fun.
That usually means they're too lazy to do the budget and they're too lazy to put the effort in.
Exactly. Exactly.
Don't be lazy.
Don't be lazy. We've talked about this. Money, building wealth, is an active process.
And it is not a get-rich-quick scheme. There is no such thing.
There is no getting rich. There is no building wealth quickly. Okay? Get the budget written down.
Share it in the comments.
Figure out where your money is going before you move on in these videos. Share them in the comments. Let's get the discussion started. We'll do our best to walk you through it and help you out.
Like the video if you guys enjoyed this lesson. Share it with your friends. Share it with anybody that you think needs to see it. I'm Justin, joined by my brother,
Jared.
This is Plebucation Budgeting 101. Where is my money going? Thank you for watching.